Yes, the nature isle of the Caribbean.
It's rum punch time.
Oh, we call it Dominican.
It is spelled Dominica. It is not Dominican Republic. It is pronounced Dominica and is situated between Guadeloupe and Martinique in the Caribbean.
When I think of Dominica, it's all natural. And you can get you could just go to the tree right now and pick a pawpaw and you just eat. You just go to the garden, get a cane and you make a juice. So it's just lovely. It's just nature. You know, you could get everything from Dominica.
We are Dominica.
We call it Dominica, the nature isle.
Live life.
Yeah, we love Dominica, and I hope you love it too as well. You don't know.
We call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
It's called Dominica.
Call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
We call it Dominica.
It's called Dominica, the nature island.
Nature, you're one with nature. If you want to be in harmony and one with nature, come to Dominica.
Could you get used to living in Dominica, Katie?
I think I can do it. I think I can stay here for a while.
What are you drinking?
Kabuli,
National beer.
the local. Perfect.
With deep gorges, hidden pools, and some of the most lush scenes you could dream of, canyoning in Dominica is not to be missed.
It's rum punch time.
The bush rum is made with the local cask rum, infused with different herbs. The rum punch has a fruit base, so you use a fruit juice, any local fruit available.
I'm gonna have a drink right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Goes down smooth.
Come to it, and it's ready.
Take a shot. All right, cheers. Number 6.
The hike to Boiling Lake.
6 to 7 hours hiking to the Boiling Lake. Okay? By the way, guys, what time is it there?
Hiking time!
Let's get physical. Gotta be on like on. Moving and grooving.
So we're hiking up what we call the battlefield right now. Pretty vertical. Pretty incredible views.
And I have my power booster here. Sugarcane.
All right, we made it to the end of our Boiling Lake hike, and at 212 degrees, this lake is literally boiling.
Tarzan in the jungle.
And a little side note,
Hold.
go slow if you plan on emulating Tarzan.
Hold. No. What are you doing? You're wrecking your head.
Vines take no prisoners. Dominica is a nature lover's paradise. With dramatic cliffs and untouched beaches,
This is definitely the island of hiking trails, some of the best you will find in the world, I promise you.
Dominica does not disappoint.
Well, after a pretty brilliant hike, had to make our way over some boulders. Made it. Victoria Falls.
With 2/3 of the island covered by rainforests and 365 rivers, how insane is the color of this water? Dominica has no lack of waterfalls. Tall ones, mystical ones, small ones, double ones, and even a waterfall that breaks straight into the sea. And
c'est pas aujourd'hui nous cap les bas. 40 ans, on l'était tout, ou pas les sorties, la caille maman. arrêter. C'est là où ka ouais, pour ces éléments, tout ça on fait du nous, au cas fonctionner. Belle chambre climatisée, l'auto bien astiquée, fait femme souffrir, c'est travail ou mon cher. Ou ka mentir, ou ka respirer, c'est pas la vie bah ou mon cher. Mettez l'eau du vin ou bien frère. Ou ka mentir, ou ka respirer, c'est pas la vie bah ou mon cher. Mettez l'eau du vin ou bien frère.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first acknowledge the presence of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Ms. Lisa Varman, Mr. Nigel Peters, Festival and Events Officer at the DDA, Mr. Simon Walsh, President of the Dominica Water Sports Association, Ms. Emily Pageant from the Deep Dominica Free Diving, the rest of the staff of the Discover Dominica Authority and also Invest Dominica Authority, our media representatives, the Chronicle, DBS, Kyrie FM, listeners and viewers on Multi Solutions Inc. Welcome to the press launch for DiveFest 2023. Very good to be here. It's a lovely day in Dominica, nice and sunny, just warm. I'm sure that most of you, if not all, would have been awoken this morning to the thunderous rumbling sounds. And it's pretty calm and quiet, as I suppose the shoreline is at this time. DiveFest is an event endorsed by the Ministry of Tourism. A tourism-related activity has been going on for quite some time, and we'll get more information on that from the President. And it's an event that promotes the dive sector overall, raising awareness at different levels. So we're very pleased to return after a short break. But let me invite Mr. Nigel Peters. I think it's his first official, press con with the DDA to deliver the official welcome remarks. Nigel.
Ms. Lisa Varman, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Mr. Simon Walsh, President of the Dominica Water Sports Association, Ms. Emily Pageant of Deep Dominica Freediving, Invest Dominica Authority, members of the media, and of course the viewing and listening public, good morning and welcome. The Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica Authority is proud to welcome and support the return of DiveFest. This marine-centered festivity has become a staple in our calendar of events and attracts large numbers of patrons, both local and foreign. With the absence of DiveFest from 2019, we must applaud the determination of the Soufriere Scots Head Village Council, the Dominica Water Sports Association, and of course the Ministry of Tourism, which has brought us all here today. This event is yet another positive signal that our tourism industry continues to grow in a positive and large way. We at the Dominica Festivals Committee and by extension Discover Dominica Authority share in the excitement surrounding the return of DiveFest in 2023 and feel a sense of honor to be involved in the execution of this event. So now let me take this opportunity to invite you, the viewing and listening public, to participate in DiveFest 2023 to make it a resounding success. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Nigel Peters. DiveFest 2023 promises to be a success. I can feel it already. Now, if you've been around, and in case you do not know, the next speaker, his name, his image is just synonymous with DiveFest and water sport here on the island of Dominica. The president himself, Mr. Simon Walsh, will deliver some remarks. It's a pleasure to have you. Simon? Yes, man.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the DiveFest press launch, and thank you for the invitation to speak here. As you all know, the Dominica Water Sports Association has been the primary organizer of DiveFest for the last 25 years. I can't actually tell you which edition of DiveFest this is. It's somewhere around 25, but because of Hurricane Maria, because of COVID, we have had a lot of challenges holding DiveFest or putting DiveFest on. Obviously, when we couldn't have crowds during the COVID times, we could not hold DiveFest. Hurricane Maria, we were more busy rebuilding the country than we were, and our businesses, than we were ready to be putting on a festival. So it's nice that we're coming back. The reality is, for the Dominica Water Sports Association, is that these have been some of the hardest years for running our businesses. And the membership of the association now is much, much smaller than it used to be. So it took a lot of people. I know I was always the face. As Miguel said, I was the one that used to get up and do the speaking, and people associate me with DiveFest. The reality is, behind the scenes, the pioneers of DiveFest, the Dominica Water Sports Association members, everybody played an integral part in making DiveFest the success it has been for the last 25 years. We're very proud of certain aspects of DiveFest. A lot of local people employed in the dive industry. Some of them took their first ever dive in the swimming pool at the Anchorage Hotel and then came and became professionals. Some are now working overseas. Some are working here in Dominica in the dive industry. And actually, we have a couple here with their 3 kids that Miguel used to work at Anchorage about 30 years ago. He met his wife in the middle of DiveFest in Soufriere. So Soufriere has affected a lot of people in different ways and different lives. And it has become this integral event in the festivals of Dominica. So I was really happy when the DFC and DDA and the Ministry of Tourism came and said, we'd like to do something for DiveFest. What can we do? This is not going to be your typical DiveFest. The Dominica Water Sports Association, in my opinion, as the president, and there might be some that disagree with that, was not quite ready to lead the charge in bringing DiveFest back. So it was really nice. We have been talking to the Ministry of Tourism, DDA and DFC, about them assisting us in the past. This year, I think they're the ones that are pushing it and actually carrying DiveFest on their backs. And the Water Sports Association is playing more of a supporting role. So that's the reality for this year. Let us hope that by next year, there'll be a new president of the Dominica Water Sports Association with energy and dynamism who's going to carry DiveFest and put it on his or her back for the next 25 years. Because my time as being the face of DiveFest is probably coming to an end. There's a lot of other things that are on my plate. So I look forward to this DiveFest being outstanding in every way. You're still going to have events like Discover Scuba Diving. You can bring your kids. You go online and get more information about that. I think there's going to be some whale watching. There's going to be the big event down in Soufriere on the Friday. And what's very exciting is that DiveFest has over the years attracted not just local sponsors like Digicel and Kabuli and others, but also international sponsors, Sea Life Cameras, Aries, Henderson Wetsuits. And these international sponsors need exposure. That's what they're looking for. They want exposure for their product. And DiveFest accomplished that. And this year, we're integrating DiveFest with Deep Dominica, who are putting on a free diving competition. And this is very exciting for the country of Dominica. It's exciting for DiveFest because this is an up-and-coming sport. Dominica is becoming recognized as a destination for this. And so integrating that into DiveFest is going to bring us more international recognition for the event of DiveFest itself. And I really look forward to next year, the Dominica Water Sports Association becoming together again and carrying this forward and making it as big and grand as it always has been over the last 25 years. So, as Nigel said, please come out, support DiveFest. All the events are not going to be there due to these circumstances I've mentioned. It's going to be a great event. Think of it more like a holding for 2024, where we're going to go bigger and better than ever. And thank you very much. And I look forward. I know I'll be seeing many of you in Soufriere, if not at the other events. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Miguel.
Thank you, Simon, and we do appreciate all what you have been doing, and I know that you will just be there to support in whatever way, even after there is a new president, you know. But certainly, and we understand the challenges that DIFES have faced with the hurricanes and all the different aspects. And it's good that the Ministry of Tourism, you know, has endorsed and seen the need to really carry DIFES, you know, on its back for 2023. And as you said, really just a hold to really launch things even bigger in 2024. So we look forward to the success on whatever levels that it can be this year for DIFES. And let me just recognize Natalie, a good friend of our festival and events director. Thanks for being here. Simon mentioned the deep free diving, and we have from the Deep Dominica Free Diving, Emily Pageant. I'm not sure if you're the one who has this record or so, stayed so many minutes on the water or something. I can't recall. Probably you can clear that up. Yeah, all right. Well, probably you'll tell us, you know, what's your record, how long you could stay. I can stay for like 60 seconds. I know I could do more. All right, okay. I know Elias could only do 30. Elias, you can't challenge me in that. Come on. You can do, you are more. All right. Yeah, all right, man. Well, it's on, Elias. It's on. You and I, all right? I say 90 seconds. You can't do more than 60, all right? In the salt water. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. By the way, just before we hear from Emily, I'm looking at this gear here, Simon. You could probably just break it down as to different. That's a dive suit, or would you? Yeah. Come up again? Yeah, sure. Just give us a little education on this.
So I guess, I don't know if Pageant's planning on doing an explanation of the difference, but a lot of people think free diving means scuba diving that you don't have to pay for. Okay, that's not the case. Okay, it's a completely different sport. Scuba diving, we use this equipment here. So you have a tank of compressed air. It's the same air we're breathing now. It's not oxygen tank, it's an air tank. So it's just filtered of all impurities and moisture. So it's clean, dry air. This is the tool that we use to breathe from, called a regulator. It's attached to the tank. We have a wetsuit to try and keep us warm, and of course mask and fins. And then this is a jacket that it actually holds the tank on your back. So it's like a backpack for your tank, and then your regulator comes over. So we go diving, traditionally we're doing normally about 80 feet, and normal dive time might be about 45 minutes, depending if you're very big, you breathe a lot of air. So that's scuba diving, and of course with scuba diving, you're coming to see the beauty of Dominica. So imagine your goal is to see the seahorses and the sponges and the corals and all of these things. That's what scuba divers are paying to come. And the reason Dominica is one of the best places in the world is because our reefs are extremely healthy, very colorful, lots of critters, lots of fish. So people come because that's what they want to enjoy. The free diving is a very different sport. You still have fins, but they're about 3 times longer. You still have, some people use a mask. A lot of them don't even use a mask. They're just using a nose clip. They're in the big blue on a line, and they're going down in the open ocean, and they don't see seahorses, frogfish, any of these critters. Okay, so occasionally they might see something, and they do see things that swim by. So they've seen marlin, and they've seen, because they are in the middle of the Soufriere Bay. And they're basically holding their breath, and there's no tank, there's nothing. They're just in a suit and fins and mask, and they have different, Pageant could go into details. But very different sport, and it's more of a competitive mindset or like challenging yourself. So imagine you're going hiking, you want to stop and see the flowers, but somebody else might look at hiking as a physical challenge to get to the top of the mountain, and they just go, right? So, I mean, you can have different philosophies, even hiking and being in the water. There's a little bit different. This is how long can I train myself to be underwater. So the two of you, if you say you're doing 1 minute and you say you're doing 9, I'm pretty sure a Pageant could have you at 3 to 4 minutes with the first training session. Yeah, so it is about understanding your body and your body's language, speaking to your brain and understanding the what's dangerous and not dangerous. So a little bit different between the two sports, and Pageant's the expert. She can go more into the free diving side of things. But the funny thing is, Soufriere is sort of the center of all of these things happening now, with a lot of free divers coming there and scuba divers coming there for different reasons. And they're actually, there's not a lot of overlap between the two sports. It's you'd think there would be a lot of overlap, but there's some, but not as much as you might anticipate.
Thank you so much, Simon, for the information and education. Quite interesting. Emily? Yes, it's your turn. All right.
goodness. Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me to say a few remarks. Goodness. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to Soufriere, the village I live in. Deep Dominica would not be the success it is right now without that community, and they are in my heart all the time. So thank you to Soufriere. Thank you to the Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica. You guys have been a lot of help in getting this comp going and getting the ending ceremony, which is the biggest part. That's why people sign up for the comp to begin with. So we're gonna have our free diving competition as part of Dive Fest this year, which I'm really excited about. This is my first Dive Fest. It will be 6 days, so it'll be two dive days, 1 day off, 2 dive days, 1 day off, 2 dive days, starting on June 23rd. And during that time, we welcome everyone in Dominica to come meet the athletes, come say hi to them, get to know them, where they're from, their depths, all of that. And especially on June 30th, we have our ending ceremony where the winners will be named, and it's going to be a big celebration, and I would love nothing more than all of Dominica to be there with us. So really looking forward to that. Yeah, what else? What else? What else do you want to know?
Can you get us, as Simon said, you could train Elias and myself to hold our breaths for us?
Yes, I will coach you through this. Yeah. But maybe we have to have separate coaches, so there's not a conflict of interest. So yeah, that is, I guess, something else I want to mention, that we do have athletes coming from all over the world to compete here in Dominica, because Dominica should be on the map when it comes to freediving. It is the best location in the world. And that is my goal, is to put it on the map, to have world records happening here, to have world championships happening here. But it's beyond that. It's also doing an intro course. It's also introducing people to the sport for the first time. It is such a beautiful sport, and like Simon mentioned, it's very inward thinking, so you learn a lot about yourself. And you can also take it onto the reef to see things as well. But you can dive with turtles or dolphins, or go check out the seahorse. You can't stay down as long as the tank, so you don't get to explore as much. But yeah, it's just a really beautiful sport. So I want everyone to come and try it. I want to introduce it to everyone, and so they can get a feel for what the sport is. I have some amazing instructors that are going to be coming to work for us. We have, like I said, world champions that are going to be here during the competition, so they love to share their knowledge, and yeah, it's going to be really amazing. Yes. Anything else right now, or we're doing questions later? Or? Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily, and we can see how happy you are, how excited you are, and you're looking forward to all the activities. Yes. Yes, for sure. So, Elias, you heard Emily, my coach, and yeah, separate coaches. Okay, well, our festival and events manager, who had a fantastic birthday bash at Jazz and Creole, I'm sure still recovering from that birthday bash just about a month ago. Natalie Walsh will share some remarks at this time. Natalie?
Thank you very much, Miguel Nabadi. Protocol has already been established. I want to say a pleasant good morning to members of the head table, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Tourism, Discover Dominica staff members, the listeners, viewers, good morning to you. Today is a very special day. It's a beautiful day in the city of Dominica, and we are here today with the organizers of Dive Fest. And Emily, I certainly would like you to be my coach as well. And as Nigel said, earlier on, Dive Fest is a staple on Discover Dominica's calendar, as well as the Ministry of Tourism's calendar. And we are very pleased this year to have Dive Fest back, after testify to that. Activities to celebrate, Dive Fest in Dominica. And I must say a lot of the organized with a number of different activities. It attracted a lot of, divers internationally and regionally as well. And this year, we are certainly looking forward to attract, international and regional divers to Dominica and visit Dominica, visit Soufriere and Scott's Head, and be part of the various activities that we have planned on our Dive Fest calendar. So again, the Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica Authority, we are very pleased this year to bring back Dive Fest 2023 to you. And of course, we have a number of activities we'd like to, invite you to. The event starts from June 21st until July 1st. Of course, we have a few other surprises in store as well for our patrons and our villagers in Soufriere and Scott's Head. But P has decided to hold this one in her pocket still. So just want to take you through some of the planned activities on our calendar for Dive Fest. So following our media launch today, from Wednesday, the 21st of June, we will have registration of the divers at Soufriere Guest House. So that's on June 21st. On Friday, June 23rd, we'll have the opening ceremony of Dive Week. And that's Friday, June 23rd. We'll have an opening ceremony of Dive Week. That's at Soufriere. Free diving, as Emily mentioned, will also take place from 9 to 1 p.m. from June 23rd in Soufriere. On Saturday, June 24th, again, we have the continuation of the free diving competition from 9 to 1 p.m. We'll also have students registering for the free diving competition, students from age 10 years and plus. We also have a snorkeling activity at Bubble Beach as well. So we want to invite, the students to make contact, and be part of that as well. We'll have a dive lessons where persons can discover scuba diving in Portsmouth and a few other locations. So you just need to follow us on our Facebook page and you can get some more information. On Sunday, June 25th, we have a family fun day. We'll also have an essay competition on the 24th as well. And following that, on the 25th, we'll have a family fun day in Soufriere. So when you hear family fun day, what do you understand by that? It's very, very simple. We want to invite everyone to Soufriere on Sunday, June 25th. Come have some, fun with us. We'll have lots of different water sports activities. We'll have our vendors present. So we will certainly be partnering with our number of vendors in Soufriere and Scott's Head. So let's support them because this event is not only for, diving, but we will engage our communities in Soufriere and Scott's Head. And we want everyone across Dominica to come, to Soufriere and Scott's Head during that period to join us in the various activities. And there's more. On Monday, June 26th, we'll have again, Emily, some free diving competition. Yes. And we'll also have a spa day. Wow. I certainly want to be part of this spa day. Miguel, are you on? Yes. Wonderful. On Tuesday, June 27th, more diving competition. So we'll have another dive competition on June 27th. And I'm seeing another spa day on the 27th. So we'll have the free dive competition on Monday, June 26th. We'll also have a dive competition on Tuesday, June 27th. On Wednesday, June 28th, we have a beach cleanup. So we are going to Soufriere on Wednesday, June 28th, and we'll be doing a beach cleanup. So, of course, if we are going to celebrate, this huge event in Soufriere and Scott's Head, we want to ensure that our beaches are clean. So we really want you to come out, Nigel and the rest of the team from Discover Dominica, Invest Dominica. I see we have our representative here as well. Daphne and the team will be there. Our project manager will be present. Our PS, and we just want to invite all, persons from the community. You can be in Portsmouth or Marigot. Why not? This is Dominica, and we have to enhance our country. We have to beautify our country. We have to keep it clean during this period. And Emily explained, there's more. There's noon to the first. Been waiting for this. And, so much more. So, yes, on June 30th, we'll have a free diving competition. And following that, we'll also have awards. We'll have the awards ceremony with our divers, of course, and other key stakeholders will be invited on June 30th, and the Dive Festival will take place on June 30th from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Is that correct, Pierce? From 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. So what does that mean? Soufriere, Scott said, is going to be blazing with activities on June 30th. And that's a Friday. So guess what? Straight from work, we are heading to Soufriere and Scott's Head. So, of course, we will have entertainment. I am not going to tell you if it's Triple K, if it's Signal, you know, we will have lots of entertainment. We will showcase our culture, what is ours in Dominica, what is unique to Dominica will be, you know, live at Soufriere and Scott's Head. We'll have our dancers, you know, I tried Mrs. Frampton, I'm sure she will be present. You know, and so many other, you know, activities on June 30th. Sakis, I seen Sakis and Unstoppable DJs, you know, Unstoppable DJ will be present, possibly Asa Banton. I wonder, the Breakfast Fete man, maybe? On Saturday, July 1st, we have a kayaking in Soufriere, and then we will have the Pipwi race category. Did I pronounce this right? The Pipwi race, you know, activity in Soufriere. And we invite all the various companies that would normally partake in the canoe race to call us right here at DDA. And I will boldly give my number, 616-8500. We have sent out sponsorship letters. And we want to just welcome you to be part of DiveFest 2023. Email me, nwalsh at dominica.dm or Nigel N. Peters at dominica.dm, and come to Discover Dominica, come to the Ministry of Tourism, ask for P.S. Valmond, and let's have a discussion, because this year, I heard Simon said it's not, you know, it mightn't be as big as, you know, normal, but I'm saying to you this morning, it is going to be big. It is going to be massive, because anything I am involved in, it has to be big, Simon. So we want to invite all the, you know, key stakeholders in Dominica, you know, the beverage companies, you know, the food companies, the service providers. Call us, or we will reach out to you during the course of this week and next week, and we would like you to be part of DiveFest 2023. Thank you very much, and I want to thank our sponsors in advance, because I know, you know, Belfast, Fine Foods. I'm putting you guys on the spot. Digicel, you know, Flow Dominica, Pirates, Astafans, J. Astafans and Company Limited, Kubuli. You know, you're normally part of DiveFest. I know, because, you know, as I said, I played an instrumental role in DiveFest. And this morning, I am inviting you to give us a call and let us know how you're going to support. So the public, our listeners, our viewers, do not miss it. It's going to be a grand affair in Soufriere and Scott said. Thank you very much.
What a presentation. Thank you, Nathalie. Simon, you can feel it. You can feel it. Come on, it's going to be a grand affair. Yeah, so the private sector partners, you've been called out, you've been called upon to participate and support. As usual, the DDA through the Ministry of Tourism is already here. And I suspect I'll be one of those who will be calling P.S. Valmond for a scheduled meeting at some point. Yes, in time. So... So yeah, fantastic. I mean, it promises to be great, as Nathalie outlined, and DiveFest, you know, from the looks of things, and as we can all understand, doesn't only drive economic activity to Soufriere and Scott said and the Southwest, but puts Dominica on the map, as Emily outlined earlier on. You know, it's something big for Dominica, something big for all the partners, you know. So yes, DiveFest 2023 promises to be great, a grand return, and I'm so happy to have been part of this occasion. Woo! Yes! Festival among festivals. Any questions from our media, or is everything clear? Any questions to Simon, Emily, Nathalie, Nigel? Everything, yeah, everything is clear and good to go. Yeah, so Nigel, you ready to bring out the crew and everything? Nathalie spoke of the team, and Daphne, you have your team. So yes, you and Nigel have separate teams then. Yeah, okay. You'll be. All right, yeah, man. Yeah, a little kayak in there and so on. Okay. And then Elias and I, we have our own competition, free diving. Nigel and I with the racing going on, yes. So, a pleasure. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Madam PS and Simon, Emily. Thank you very much. We look forward to a successful Dive Fest 2023. Nigel, Natalie, Elias, and the rest of you guys. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, man.
Pas oublier ni un bon Dieu. C'est pas aujourd'hui nous cap pas les bars. 40 ans, on l'était tout pour pas les sortir. La caille maman. C'est là où ouais où c'est les retés. C'est là où ouais où c'est les morts. Tout ça on fait du nous pour qu'à fonctionner. Belle chambre climatisée, l'auto bien astiquée. Fait femme souffert, c'est travail ou mon cher.